Hey dental team members out there, it's Paul, Dr. Nacho, dentalnachos.com. And instead of seeing my face on the video, you get to see my awesome team at our dental office, and we're talking about patient communication. We just quickly want to share some of our systems in the dental office. Everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters is one of my favorite sayings. We even have it up on the wall over here. So we're just going to go around quickly and share who you are, what you do at the dental office, how long you have been here, and one of the systems that we use for patient communication and how it helps you.
Hi, my name is Kate Kosick, and I am a patient care coordinator at Pennington Dental. I've been here for over 12 years. One of my favorite forms that we use in the office is the purple form. So this form explains to a patient each step of the implant process. It gives the different visits, the time for the appointment, as well as the time frame in between each visit.
And one of the things that you've memorized, Kate, with me in 12 years, it also has on there something helpful for a new team member is what to make a treatment plan.
The codes.
The codes, right? So it's do the work while you're doing work. Thanks, Kate. Next to Kate.
Hi, my name is Sandy too. I have been here since July. I work at the front desk. My favorite form here is our orange sheet, which is for new patient and emergency appointments. And the reason that I love this sheet so much is that since I'm relatively new to the practice, it was really easy to get used to this system. And so basically the form, we have all of the new patient information that we can gather, including insurance, where their last visit was, how they heard about us. And there's a spot for us to fill out with the insurance information. So we make sure their benefits are good, they're able to come to the office, we're in network, etc. As for emergency appointments, it's really great because we gather all of the patient information as well, and we are able to give the dentist exactly what they need in order to determine what kind of appointment they need to come in for.
Now you are holding, Sandy, one of my favorite systems that I invented, because when I was a new dentist here, I would have people jammed into my schedule and it would throw me off, because while we treat all of our patients with kindness and want to help them, sometimes it's just not the right time at 4 o'clock on a Friday to adjust Millie's denture for the 14th time when you told her nicely, because patients do this thing like kids do where they try to get around the dentist. You say to the patient, try this denture for 2 weeks. Whatever you do, please try for 2 weeks. And they say, okay. And then they call back and say, hey, Dawn, can I come in because the dentures, and they try to get around the dentist. So this orange form is one of my favorite systems. It maintains control for you. It helps keep your sanity as a dentist and dental team member. It helps people get to their lives after the office on time. So one of my key points is you keep control. So this may be the only dental office on planet Earth. I'd love to meet another one. But are you allowed to schedule an emergency patient on your own when they call up? You are forbidden by the tyrant, Dr. Nacho, who cares mostly about you and himself, because we have all those patients where it's like, not today for this one, right? And it doesn't mean anyone listening that we don't, if someone has an acute emergency, but there's varying levels of emergencies. And also, as a new team member, one thing I want to share is some people call up and they think an emergency is the way it's supposed to be. This implant crown feels too tight, but there's someone at this table who's had a few implant crowns. Do they occasionally feel tight when they first start out? Here she is, right? So instead they want to come and say, I got to make it looser, and say, hey, a lot of people feel that way. Test it out. Test it out for a week. Let us know. Let us know if it gets worse or better or stays the same. You call me next Tuesday and says, so review this. So that's one of my favorite sheets. Great job, Sandy. Next to Sandy.
Okay, my name is Felicia Ware. I'm a dental assistant here. I've been here for 12 years. My favorite system here is something that the assistant will use, and also the doctor in the beginning of the day. It shows us everything that we're going to need for the day, as far as isolate, which is a suction, filling material, burrs, crowns, anything. And I like it personally a lot because if Dr. Pohl asks me for something and it's not on this sheet, I get to say,
yes, right, yeah. We all live for I told you so. Well, one of the things, so who here assists the periodontist occasionally? Both of you guys? Oh, and you or the general. So why is it easy to assist the periodontist? They do basically the same procedure.
Right.
General dentist, it's like a diner.
Right.
I'll take a chicken parm sandwich,
Right.
denture adjustment at 2 a.m. when I'm out with my friends. I'll take a Greek salad. So we have to make so many different things. So many different equipment goes into it. That's why when we get those polishing kits, it's like they go through the autoclave once and most of the points are missing. You're just like, I guess the blue one's going to work for me.
Right.
And it's not easy. So that's a really good system. Next to Renisha.
Hi, I am Dawn, and I'm a dental assistant. I've assisted for over 10 years, and my sheet is the morning huddle that we do as a team. And this is fabulous because we all get together in the morning, and it allows us to go over what patients might have balances, which is important for me in the back because I will also schedule patients for appointments. So if I'm done with the patient, I know they don't have to stop back and see the front desk, and the front desk has 20 people standing in front of them all wanting to be helped. I can just walk the patient right out the door because I already know that they don't have a balance and they're good to go.
It's just like whether it's baseball, it's like secret communication between the team members to make you always look like you know what you're doing, even when you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes that's part of life, because whether you're a new dentist who's going to go out there and say being a real dentist in the real world must be not very stressful, it is, because there's so many people who come to the office. On some days we have 50 or 60 human beings. So give yourself credit. Just to process that many adults and people coming through your office is tough. And our last person sharing a system?
My favorite form is the financial agreement. This goes hand in hand with our treatment plan. I often review the treatment plans at the front with our patients. And I like this form because this form has all the information that the patients need. It has their total cost of their treatment, what we expect from the insurance. If we don't have a predetermination, we do put the estimate on here, and it gives them the options. It gives them a few options, which patients love. And
people don't like to feel like they don't have options. So the yellow form, if you're listening to this video now, maybe 10 years from now, what Don is holding will make you millions and millions of dollars in your practice over time, because financial confusion is the biggest part of financial confusion is the biggest killer of case acceptance. Dentists do a fairly good job, and you guys have been in dental chairs, or even doctors. Think about it. The doctor does a fairly good job of explaining what they're going to do and the procedure they're going to do to you. But then when you get up to the front and they say you can pay for this or that, once it gets confusing, your mind says, I don't want to do this. So this breaks it down into an easy to understand term. It also lets us communicate. All these forms that we use in patients are colored so we can grab them quickly. I know some of you guys out there hate paper, so you can do it. You can scan it, shred it, whatever you want. But one of the reasons paper really works, because Sandy, you're fairly new to this office, right? Do most of the people getting that type of treatment, like $5,000 or more, are they like 25-year-olds in this office, or how old are they usually? What age range would you say?
They typically are needing implants.
And they're 50 plus. So 50 plus year olds, and even us, like paper. It brings things to life. They feel it. So even if you scan it and shred it, it makes it real and they can follow along.
I think it manages their expectations a little bit better about the financial part of it.
It also gives them an out. So sometimes, like when you're at a restaurant, you're like, I'm going to get that drink. Like, it costs $40. Like, I'm not going to get that drink. When it's on a menu, you feel better, right? One bottle of wine's 90, 60, 20, and it just gives you, so you can't have too many choices. But
the patient can't argue with their
Carol,
own
give us,
decision.
yes. So thanks, team. It's Paul, Dr. Nacho, DentalNachos.com. Wave bye to everyone. Say I'm so easy to work with. And it's calm like this all the time.